Everyone. So this is Hanya Travels Pageant Coaching. And as you know, I started a pageant coaching service. So I'm going to talk to you about types of pageants. So let's get started. And it's going to go to a slideshow. And from the beginning. So this is Hanya Travels Pageant Coaching Service. And today I'll be talking about types of pageants. Because there's many different types, but not many people know about it. So let me introduce to you who I am. So I'm currently a student at University of Toronto studying community service studies. I have a postgraduate in micro-credential in journalism from Sheridan College, and I have a post-secondary diploma from paralegal studies from Humber College. That was like more than 10 years ago. I've been competing at a national and international level online for about 2 years now, since 2021. I'm currently Miss Exquisite Global United 2022, America's Civic Miss Brampton Miss 2023, and World's Miss Tourism Miss Beauty of Earth 2023. So there's a lot of different titles I had within 2 years, and I'm gonna tell you how all those pageants work. So what types of pageants are there? So there's many types, but mostly people know is about live and virtual pageants, but there's more than those two. So not many people know about how many types of pageants there are. So most commonly people know about only live and virtual. Now, what types of pageants are there? There's virtual pageants, which is on Zoom, Facebook, and Instagram. Live pageant, which happens every year on the stage. Email and pageants, which require you to do an application and send in your photo for the pageant. Ambassador pageants is where you can get a title without competing. And appointed pageants are where you're given a local title to represent at national, virtually or in person or at the pageant. That's on stage. Now, what are virtual pageants? Virtual pageants are often month-long pageants, so it take about 1 month. This includes a contestant orientation on Zoom, social media challenge. You have to do this. That could be like anything doing from a reel or an Insta story or a Facebook or Instagram post, virtual interview on Zoom, just like any job interview and like interview I mentioned, evening gown walk video. That is important. It's like any other pageant, you have to do an evening gown walk. It has to be a floor length dress, or it could be even a midi dress. That's totally fine. Introduction video, so that judges know that who you are and what is your cause and all of these things. Live or virtual live Q&A, that could be on Instagram and Facebook, and virtual crowning, that could be on Instagram and Facebook. It's pretty self-explanatory. What are live pageants? Live pageants are year-long pageants. Some live pageants have appointed titles and some don't. Live pageant requires an opening number, that is your dance, introduction of the state that you're representing and what you do, on-stage live Q&A, 1 question to be asked, evening gown walk, and on-stage crowning. What are ambassador pageants? Ambassador pageants are direct crowning mailed in that are directly mailed to you for your reign, also known as regalia. 1 year of reign without having to compete in virtually for a month or year-long commitment for a live pageant. Most pageants are doing it now. Most pageant systems are doing ambassador pageants. You pay a fee once only when you're recruited as an ambassador, so that is important. And you still have to do community service and do your pageant queen appearances like every other pageant system. That is required. So you have to do your appearances and community service with your title. That is important. It's a new addition to pageants which recently started. I don't know about how long, but it's been recent. And often those who can't compete to travel often take on ambassador pageants, which I've actually had some myself. And I'll get into more of the types of ones. Now, what are email-in pageants? Email-in pageants require you to fill out a form, have a personality photo, have an on-stage question essay. That is like same thing as a live Q&A or an on-stage, like in a live pageant. You still have to do a question, but that is about like 1 paragraph or 2 paragraphs essay. Then a login of your community service that you still have to do in a one-time fee. An announcement will be on Facebook and Instagram. Very easy. So if you can do virtual, live, or ambassador, you do email-in pageants. And what are appointed titles? So appointed titles could be for a live pageant or could be for a virtual pageant. Appointed title means you're given the title to represent your local area for the year. That could be, for example, Brampton. That could be Ontario. If you're doing an international, you do Canada. So it's like those levels. So that is before you go to national virtually on Zoom or on live, it's that way. That's often most pageants often do this. And these are some of my titles. So as you can see, America's Civic Miss 2023. That's a appointed title, while Miss Beauty of the Earth from World's Miss Tourism pageant, that's an ambassador title. But there's community service in both, there's still appearances in both. It's just like any other pageants. So thank you. So that is what the types of pageants they are. And you're never limited to one pageant. There could be like many different ones. So it depends on whichever one that you want to go for. Just let me get to one more thing. Just one more thing left. Yeah, and so if you'd like to have any of my Hanya Travels pageant coaching services, they're different packages. So there's one that's beginner, that's $100. That includes coaching on what are pageants, types of pageants, and interview, very basic stuff. Ready to Win includes interview, live Q&A, and getting to know about email and pageants. And the corporate one is for organizations or pageant systems to have a 2 days that could be in person or online, talking about interview, evening gown walk, live Q&A, and anxiety. So be sure to contact me on hanyatravels@gmail.com for your pageant needs, and book some pageant coaching services from Hanya Travels. That's me, Hanya, and there will be another video soon. So thank you. Bye.